Hello, my friend. I am calling this how to get started on Instagram for your business when you really don't have a clue. So, from the get-go, what the heck do you do? So, I'm going to share my screen with you and I'm going to show you step by step if you are brand new, spanking new to the app that is Instagram. So, I'm just sharing my screen with you and in I go. So, the first of all, as I said, it's from the start. Ignore my messy desktop there. We'll go to the App Store and we will search Instagram. And up it pops eventually. So this is the Instagram logo. If you do not have it on your phone, you need to put it on your phone. Okay, it is free. Instagram is owned by Meta, and Meta owns Instagram and Facebook. Okay, so know that Instagram used to be predominantly just for sharing photographs. It was very visual, and the Instagram released Instagram Reels back in, I want to say 2021, 2022 maybe, and they've become hugely popular. Instagram has come on since then and become much more of a full rounded social media channel. Currently, as I'm recording this at the start of 2025, Instagram is in very much a growth phase. What's brilliant about Instagram is we have Facebook, okay? Facebook has been the biggest of the social media channels for years. Now, remember that Instagram is owned by Facebook, basically. People say to me, oh, Facebook is dead, Facebook's going away. I don't think Facebook is dead. I'm still seeing a lot of businesses using it, and it is definitely good for helping with your Google search and for helping with your digital footprint, as I like to call it, online. But what we are seeing with Instagram is that massive growth. People are going on there and they're actually enjoying it and they're staying around. When we look at demographics of different social media channels, people say, oh, you have to be over on TikTok if you want to get the kids, and you have to be on Facebook if you want to get the older people. What we're finding with Instagram is it's a bit more of an all-rounder, because the younger kids are on there. You know, the teenagers are on Instagram and they're using it, but we're also seeing the older demographic move over to it. Now, we do say that the silver surfers, which, you know, generally tend to be kind of over 50, over 60, are still, you know, quite busy over on Facebook. But Instagram is definitely a very good growing platform for you guys to get involved in. So number one, download it on your phone. That's what the icon looks like. You know, the old camera style with the pink and the orange. Download it on your phone and create an account. You create an account simply. If you already have Facebook, you can use Facebook to log into Instagram, and it'll prompt you to do that and set up an account. If you don't have Facebook or anything else, you can set up your new account. I don't suggest signing in with Google. I don't like to have all of my apps linked with all the same signups, because if somebody hacks me, I like to keep things a little bit separate, other than Facebook and Instagram, because they're basically owned by the same person. But if you're starting absolutely from scratch, brand new account, put in your email address and create a password and you're good to go. So I'm going to open that up assuming you've done all of that. And I'm going to give you a bit about the anatomy of Instagram and how it works. So this is my timeline. Everybody who I am following, or who or hashtags that I'm following, or people who are showing me ads, or things that Instagram thinks I am interested in. That's what's showing up on my timeline. Now, remember, what we consume is what we are shown. It's like the universe. When you say, you know, whatever you put out there, you receive back. It's the same on the algorithms for social media. So if you are out there watching videos, if you're like me, so I'm newly diagnosed ADHD, well, it was last year. So a lot of the videos I might pop up on my timeline will be ADHD. There you go. I was going to think it was going to make a liar out of me, but no, ADHD straight away, you know. And the reason why I'm getting all these nails ones, right? I'm getting a lot of nails is because my daughter has recently started to do nails. So when I see a cute design, I send them over to Sophie. That is why Instagram is now showing me nail videos, and of course ADHD stuff. Look, nails. That's an ad for runners. This is a small business owner, more nails. So what I need to do right this minute, because remember, I'm actually recording this in January. So I've just come through Christmas. There's more ADHD. Now, my habits online over Christmas, I don't work so much. So I kind of stay away from the worky side of Instagram, which would be all the business videos and all that side of things. And I would have been just scrolling more like a normal person. So that's why all the nail videos and the ADHD stuff are coming up. Now, if I want to start to get back to my normal timeline and I'm seeing too many nail videos or I'm seeing too much, how I do that is I go to one of the nail videos, which is like this one here. I'm not following this person. See the way I'm not following it, but it's still showing for me. That's because the algorithm is showing it to me. So top 3 dots up at the top right hand corner, and I'm going to say not interested. Okay, see where it says not interested down here? I want you to press that. Now, it's hard to do. It's like unsubscribing from people's lists when you've got loads of emails and you want to unsubscribe, but then you're afraid you're going to miss out. You're afraid you're going to miss something. That's how I feel about this video right now. But no, I am not interested. Okay, and it's saying post hidden. We will suggest fewer posts like this. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I could snooze all suggested posts in the feed for 30 days if I wanted to, and that would give my my algorithm, my brain a break from everything the algorithm is giving me. And I'm going to take that. I'm going to snooze. Okay. So now, hopefully, if that works, the algorithm will simply show me people who I'm following. Okay. And it's going to give me a cleaner timeline. Now, this girl here is a businesswoman. I know her. She's in the States. I like her stuff. If I want to see more of her, I can hit watch again. I can watch her video. I can hit the like button. I can give her a little bit of engagement. Now, the algorithm knows to show me her stuff more often. So, by the way, if you're watching this video and you're not already following me on Instagram, go follow Denise Inspired. But also click in, watch a couple of my videos, drop some emojis, and let that algorithm know that you're interested in my stuff. Sound good? Sounds good to me. Okay, so this is my timeline. Down the very bottom here, you can see navigation across the bottom. We see a little house, we see the eyeglass, we see a plus sign. We see the little play sign for video, and then you see my face in the bottom right hand corner. So the first one is the home button. That is our timeline. It's always going to bring me back there. The second one is my eyeglass. That's my search button. It'll give me my search button up the top so I can search whatever I want. Next one is my plus sign. It gives me access to post a story, a reel, or a live video. Okay, so here's the difference. A story stays around for 24 hours. It arrives up the top. See across the top of my screen there, you can see Anya Kennedy is the first story. When I click on it, I see her story. If I want to click by it, I can use my finger to click on the right-hand side of it, and it'll go through those stories much quicker. See that? I can click through. If a particular person has lots of different stories, I'll see the line across the top to show all their stories. If I want to get rid of them all together to go to the next person, I can swipe. Swipe, swipe, swipe brings me to the next person. All right. I can hit the X up the top to get out of stories. And something that we noticed then when I refreshed the timeline is that all those people who I've just seen their stories are gone from my story list at the top now. If they post a brand new story within the next few minutes, they will come back to the front again. That's the beauty of stories. That's why I like to say currently now in 2025, what I like to say to my clients is, try to get 3 stories out a day. Get one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening, because it refreshes you into the timeline. What are stories for? Stories are to remind the people who you're doing business with, remind your followers that you're open for business. Remind your followers that you're open for business. When we post on our wall, that's much more for, yes, keeping our followers interested, but also looking for new followers. It's quite rare that your stories will bring in new followers. They will more likely come from your reels or your posts. So remember, stories across the top to keep people interested, to remind them you're open for business, to tell them a bit about your day, to sell to them. Use your stories for all of that. Top right hand corner where you can see the little plane and the 1 for me, that's my messages. I click in there, that's going to be my DMs. That's what we call DMs. The heart beside it with the red dot, that means I have notifications. If I click on that, I'll see that I have notifications in there from Instagram. Now, I have people here who are following me. Look. Follow back, follow back, follow back. I always follow people back, but I don't just blindly follow them back. I will go in and I will click on their account and I will see, okay, is this, yeah, this looks like a business. This is a guy in Gormanstown runs a garage. Absolutely, I'll follow him back. Yeah, but I won't just follow. Very sexist, presumed it was a man. I'm going to follow back and I'm going to send a little message and I'm going to say, hey, thanks for the follow. How's business going? So I'm starting a conversation. Yeah, he followed me. I didn't go follow him, then jump into his DMs and start talking to him. That's a bit spammy. He followed me. So I reciprocated, followed him back, and then asked him how business was. I'll do the same with anybody else, but I won't take up your time with it. As you scroll down, you'll see all of your notifications in there. Anyone who is tagging you or mentioning you or sending you messages. So come back out of that and I'll go back down to my line across the bottom, and my plus sign at the bottom allows me to create a reel. It allows me to upload a post. It allows me to go live, or it allows me to post in my stories. Okay. They're the different types of posts that we can do on Instagram. The next one then is my play button. If I click on my play button, it brings me into my reels feed. So if I scroll through here, these are all the reels. Reel is a short form video. Okay, started out from TikTok, they've come over to Instagram. They are anything between like 1 or 2 seconds up to 90 seconds on Instagram. They have become very, very popular, short form content. In this era that we're in now, we want instant gratification. So your reels should solve a problem for people. Your reels should be punchy and interesting. The first 3 seconds are the most important part of your reel. Don't start them out with, hey, I'm Denise, you know, even if your name's Denise. Leave the intros to the end if you want to introduce yourself. So for instance, we want to hook people in with a reel. So we want to say, you know, solve a problem with the reel. So me saying something like, hey, I'm Denise, and today I'm going to talk to you about how you can make more money on Instagram. Boring and too long. I've already lost you by the time I get to, hey, I'm Denise, and I'm going to show you. You kind of go, oh. But imagine if I started that reel with, would you like to make more money on Instagram? Now you're hooked in. Does that make sense? Would you like to make more money on Instagram? I'm going to give you 3 ways you can do that now. 1, 2, 3. I give my 3 things. And at the end, I go, I'm Denise Inspired. Keep following for more. Does that make sense? So my intro goes at the bottom rather than at the top. Get very clever with your reels. Get very clever with your posts. You can add a call to action, which works very well. I want to get rid of that girl chatting away there on the screen. A call to action can work very well. Hey, comment below if you liked this video, or comment below to join the conversation, or drop me a keyword below if you'd like to receive my free gift if you're going to use automation. There are lots and lots and lots of different things you can do. And of course, in the next training, I will go deeper into Instagram. But this is just getting started and figuring out the lingo and seeing where you're at. I will talk to you more about posting schedules and posting times, how to post, what to post, how to know all the good things. I'll talk to you about all of that on the next video, or if you're in my programs, that's where you're going to find that out. But right now, this is just a quick walk around for the brand new people to see what you're up to. Does that make sense, guys? So that's how you post. The little circle in the bottom right-hand corner brings me to my wall. On the top of my wall, this is my bio. Optimize your bio so that it's ready for business. What I mean by that is make sure everybody who comes to your Instagram knows what's in it for them. Everyone who comes to your social media, to your website, to anywhere, they come and they say, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? That's what they're thinking. So I want you to now go to your Instagram and put the blinkers on and put the fresh eyes on, put your glasses on, fresh eyes, and think, okay, would my perfect customer be interested in what I have here on Instagram? Am I just talking about myself and my qualifications? Or am I talking about my perfect customer and what I bring to the table for them? That's what I want you to have. Make sure that you've got a link in your bio to something. Mine's to my free Zoom. In fact, I never really loved the link in the bio, and I was talking to a girl recently who loves the link in the bio and always goes to it. So there you go. People consume content in different ways. Technically, in my link in my bio, I probably should have a link, or 1 or 2 or 3 links telling you how you can work with me. That would be much better than just having a link to a free Zoom. Across the top there with the little circles, they are your story highlights. They can be also used as a funnel into your business. You can use, one can be work with me, one can be testimonials, one can be, your different products that you sell. Use them wisely. Yeah, make sure that your profile picture is your face, not your logo. Nobody buys from a logo. Nobody remembers a logo. They remember your face. It's definitely okay to build a brand and build a logo and stuff, but put your face behind it, especially at the start, to give it that extra traction. Okay, then you've got the icons at the top of your wall, and the square there with all the little squares. You click that and it shows you your wall with all of your posts. If you click the one with the play button, that's the reels. It shows you only reels, and you click the last one, it shows you posts that you have been tagged in. So if I go back to the one that's only reels, it's all my videos, and you can see in there, excuse me, on the left-hand side, we have a little button called drafts. That's where all my drafts are. So I will create a reel, save it as a draft so it's ready to post when I want to post it. Go back into my squares. This is my own wall, okay? You can call it your grid, you can call it your wall. A few years ago, it was very important that these were very specialized, that we had a pattern, they looked very symmetrical. We've now realized that some people are symmetrical and some people aren't. Some people like patterns and some people don't. For me, a pattern doesn't work because of my ADHD, and I don't like it. I feel stifled by it, and I don't like looking at them. Okay, because when I look at a pattern, I think that I've seen the previous post before. Does that make sense? The way my dyslexia and my ADHD, I'm a speed reader. I like things to jump out at me and look very different. When it's in a pattern, I feel that all content bleeds into each other. That does not mean that your content will not work in a pattern. Some people have great results with patterns. You decide what you want, you decide what works for you, and you do that. And you also test what works in your market. You have to test everything I say is subjective. Everything any other social media expert says is subjective, because we are all, doing stuff and seeing if it works, or maybe we're seeing somebody else doing it and seeing that it works. For me, everything I say is based on my own experience, what I have learned from other big accounts, and what I've done with my clients, and how I've tested it myself. Always test it yourself. Test your posting times, test your posting schedule, test your grid, how it looks, all the things. What I will say to you is, if you're posting like once a week on your wall, it's not enough. You've got to get up 3, 4, 5 times a week. Some people works perfectly for 3 times. I like 5 times. That's my sweet spot. 5 times a week on my wall, I think works well for consistency. Remember that consistency beats skill every time. So if you're thinking, oh, my video doesn't look great, or my photo doesn't look great, but you're still showing up, you're going to beat the person who's at home making the perfect video but isn't posting often enough. Does that make sense? Okay, so consistency beats skill every single time. That is Instagram, guys. That is the quick whirlwind trip of Instagram. My biggest advice is download the app and get started. Start putting out content. Figure out the problem that you solve, who you solve the problem for, and where they hang out, and start to post on Instagram about that. Each post you do is talking directly to your perfect customer. Your videos are not for you, but for your customer. Okay, get out of your own head, stop second guessing, stop the judgy Mac Judgersons, oh, what's she going to say if I do a video, or what's he going to say? Get out there, show your face. People buy from people. Show your face on video and start to grow consistently. You do not need thousands of followers to make money on Instagram. Low numbers work. All you need is interested people who are engaged in your following, people who are engaged in your content, and people who are interested in what you are saying. All right, I'm Denise Inspired. If you're watching this video on YouTube, subscribe, of course, and see the next one. And if you would like to work with me, I would love to work with you. So you'll find a link below this video. Click in and jump into my calendar, or come find me on Instagram, Denise Inspired. But I have programs, lots of different programs that are helping you grow your following, make more sales, and make more profits in your business. My main signature program is the Authority Builder, and it helps you grow your following so that you make more sales. We work on confidence, we work on clarity, we work on messaging, we work on your offer, we help you create your online program, all the things. That's the Authority Builder. If you would like to chat with me, find the link in or around this video here and click it, and I will see you then. Thanks for connecting. Thanks for watching. I'm Denise Inspired. Big love, and I'll chat to you on the next video.